Hello, we're the Year 5 class, the first half in science, and we're trying to find our pulse. And Tom is trying to find it in his wrist.
I'm trying to find my pulse in my wrist. I'm not using my thumb because that has a small pulse in, and blood is pumped round the arteries.
And Ruthie is trying to find it in her neck.
I found my pulse in my neck. It's caused by blood rushing through my body, pumped by the heart, and it's every beat. It's called a pulse.
Trying to find our pulse rate by taking our pulse for 15 seconds and timesing it by 4 so we can get the number of beats per minute.
I took my resting heartbeat in 15 seconds and it turned out to be 20. Then I times it by 4 and it became 80, and that is my beats, average beats per minute.
I did that 3 times and I worked out that my average beats per minute was 100 beats.
We did jumping jacks for 3 minutes and it looked a bit like this. Then we quickly found our pulse and counted the beats in 15 seconds. Then we times it by 4 and found out our beats after we'd done our exercise. My result at the start was 160 beats per minute. Then after 2 minutes, it had dropped back to my normal heart rate.
The more fit we are, the quicker our heart rate goes back to our normal heart rate. It took me 1 minute 30 seconds to go back to my normal resting heart rate. The more exercise we do, that makes our bodies healthier and it makes our hearts healthier. For example, I do gymnastics twice a week, once at home, once at an actual club. I do swimming and I do dance, and that makes my body healthy, and stuff like that makes everyone's body healthy.
Do you do any at home?
Yeah, I do trampolining at home, and I do a little bit of gymnastics and dance as well.
No.
The sports that I do is rugby twice a week, swimming once a week, and boxing once a week. And at home I do sit-ups every day and sometimes press-ups.
Foods that contain in carbohydrates are potatoes, pasta and rice. In vitamins and minerals there are fruit and vegetables. In calcium there are dairy products. And in protein there is meats, fish, eggs and alternatives.
What foods you should avoid but you can eat are sugary and fatty foods, because they make you overweight, which makes cholesterol thicken your arteries, which also make you more likely to have a heart attack, and it's difficult to pump blood across the body.
Healthy hearts, you need a healthy diet. In a diet you must have carbohydrates, vitamin and minerals, calcium and protein.
The heart is a muscle which is the size of my fist, which is in my chest, and it pumps blood around my body like this.
The deoxygenated blood gets pumped from your heart into your lungs, which then collects oxygen, turns into oxygenated blood, goes back into the heart, gets pumped round your body through the arteries so that the oxygen can be used in your muscles to make energy. After all the oxygen's been used up in your blood, it then goes back through the veins into your heart to get pumped back into your lungs to pick up oxygen and do the entire cycle again until you die and your heart stops.
If you have a heart attack, it's very important to go near a public access defibrillator to give you a small electric shock. If you don't, your heart rate will continue to flutter and will eventually stop pumping blood around your body and your heart. If you do have a public access defibrillator, it will stop that happening and give you a small electric shock and put it back to normal.
So the quicker you get oxygen around your body and into your brain, the more chance of survival. Hello, I'm just going to ask Mrs. Joyce whether you think we should have public access defibrillator.
Definitely. They are so important in saving people's lives. People have heart attacks, you see. If you use a defibrillator, you've got a 99% chance of saving their life. They're really easy to use. The instructions are spoken to you when you take the instructions out here when you to use it. It's all spoken to you, so it's very easy for anyone to use. You don't really need to be that trained, and they do have that training. You don't really need to be trained on it.
Buckley, do you think it's important to have a public access defibrillator in our school?
Yes, George, I really do think it's important that we get more defibrillators around our community, because the quicker that somebody who's had a heart attack can get to a defibrillator, the defibrillator can be brought to them, then the more chance of survival they have. Time is really of the essence, and if we have one in our school, we can help not only all the people in our school, or the teachers and the pupils, but also the community around us. So, as I said, time is of the essence, and the closer the defibrillator, the better it is.
Do you think we need a public access defibrillator in our school?
Yes, I think the community that we live in, not only of the school, but also of the village we live in, can be helped by us also having a defibrillator which is accessible to them. The school itself has about 500 people who come and go, with children and parents and carers. So it's not only outside, but it's also inside that this defibrillator will be very important. And it's also part of our children's education here, to look after people who are ill and to serve the